Would everyone please welcome the Zits? They weren't here yesterday, so I also have this one. So everyone welcome the gang. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when you sleep and you look okay, but then you wake up and you have 50,000 new Zits. So hi, I hope you're okay. So recently I've been dehauling some books. I'm not the type of person that just keeps everything for the sake of keeping everything. It's either if something is very special to me, or it mostly boils down to, am I going to pick this up again if it's not like super special or was gifted by someone that I love dearly. And I went through my shelf because recently I needed to do stuff, like personally. What? Yeah, I needed to like change some stuff up. So I had to unfortunately dehaul a lot of books, which it's something I'm still working on, because I say, like, when I looked at my shelves, I was like, I need to dehaul some books and I need to give away some books and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy because there are a lot of books here that I'm not gonna read again, and I'm not interested in continuation of the story of the books and stuff like that. But then I get to deholding them and I don't. But I did make some decisions and I want to share them with you and share why for some reason. So the first book that I did hold, which was not a problem at all, was Ugly Love. I've talked about this since I read this. This is my vlog reading it. It's dog shit. I hate it. I hate the characters. I hate the story. I hate the plot. I hate everything. I hate the progression of the story. I hate everything about this book. It's very immature. It's very stupid. It's very dumb. I hate it and I hate everything about it. And I wish I was illiterate when I read it, and I still wish I didn't read it. It was a waste of time, and it's extremely overhyped for a reason that I cannot see. Another book that I did hold and didn't feel shit deholding was Confess. If you've watched one of my videos after reading the book, I've been struggling after reading the book because there was this one scene, I swear to God, I'm not going to mention it again. I just needed to go out of my brain. I needed to be not in my brain anymore. And the best thing to do that is out of sight, out of mind. So I took it out of my bookshelves. And it's not with me anymore. It belongs to someone else now. It's someone else's problem, and I'm very happy about that. It's the stupidest fucking... the characters. They give me... They make me feel like I'm gonna have a seizure, and I hate them so much. It's a book that I feel nothing while dehauling. I would give it to you away for free and cook for you and bake for you and just like beg you on my knees and hands to take it. It's a waste of shelf space. There is literally nothing redeeming about the book. Nothing. I can't think of nothing. These ones are a part of a series, and I actually had to think a little bit about them, and they are Kingdom of the Wicked and Kingdom of the Cursed. Now, like I said, it all boils down to, am I going to read this again? And for these ones, it's just a no. I don't know, it's supposed to be a cool story, but it ended up not being a cool story. The main character was very annoying. I expressed this feeling before, but she would say, I'm gonna kick everyone's ass and then do nothing. And then a few chapters in, and she's still saying the same thing, like, when they face me, no one can face me, no one can take me. And then she does nothing. And then a few chapters in, and she's like, oh my God, wait until they feel my wrath, the Amelia wrath. I think her name is Amelia. And then she meets them, the people that are supposed to feel her wrath, and she does nothing. The only redeeming thing about this book was Envy, and we got like a chapter of him, and I wish we got so much more of him, but we didn't. And yeah, I kept waiting for things to happen, and nothing happened. And at the end of the day, the negatives weighed way more than the positives. There is another book in the series that is already out, and I haven't read that. It is Kingdom of the Feared, and I recently decided that I think I'm just not going to read it. And if I were to change my mind and read it, because yes, I am a hypocrite, and I do this all the time, still wouldn't feel, I don't know, compelled to go through Kingdom of the Wicked and the Cursed again, or like, I don't know, reference them again. I just know that it's not the type of book that I will pick up again and enjoy. The last one that I recently dehauled, like yesterday, was The Last Thing He Told Me. I read this book recently in the summer, and I thought it was such a cute summer read, and it really fit with the aesthetic of summer. I hate summer, but it made the time reading it a little bit bearable, which was okay. The story is okay, the book is okay, I don't mind it, I recommended it, and I would still recommend it, but it was lacking. And again, I know that I'm just not going to pick it up again. I would still recommend it, but it's not a book I would pick up and read again. It's the type of book that you just read it and it's a cute story. It's not really a cute story, it's just a story that begins and ends, and that's it. but it was cool. It was cool. It's the kind of book that I would have rather gotten digitally than a physical copy. Also, the kind of book that I don't know, you kind of just read once and you don't mind never reading it again, even though if you speak nicely about it and remember it nicely, it's not necessarily a book you would reread and reread and reread. This one is a real recent read, like a few weeks ago recent read, and it is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. I was so excited reading this because I read, what is it? I can just look. All the Bright Places. I read All the Bright Places and really liked All the Bright Places. It wasn't the best book ever, but I enjoyed it and I thought it had a lot of potential and I was very interested in the author to the point where I got more of her books. But Holding Up the Universe was so yucky. It was yucky because it was so bad. I hated it. I did not really enjoy the characters. I didn't enjoy the progression of the story. I didn't enjoy where it led. I just didn't like it. The negatives were way more than the positive. It follows these two main characters. One of them is struggling with clinical obesity and the other is struggling with prosopagnosia. And I would have loved to have more from him because it's very interesting topic. But I don't know, they just like, that's all they are. Like, that's all they are. That's their personalities. Like, there's nothing else to it. I ended up cringing so bad reading the book and I honestly just don't think it's something that I'm ever gonna pick up again. It's a nice gift. It's a nice book for like a 13-year-old, a real coming of age book. It's a nice starting book for a little bit, but I'm never gonna pick it up again. The fucking Ravenhood trilogy. Okay, I have issues with the Ravenhood trilogy. Let's start with Flock. Flock was cringy, it was annoying, it was maddening, it was anger inducing, and that's good writing and good character building, and it was supposed to be anger inducing, but I didn't take it in the way that this is supposed to be like this. I just took it in the way of I hate this. Like, please don't react this way. I have a problem with characters who react in a certain way in situations that no one in their right mind, not that I'm in my right mind, but no one in their right mind would react that way, but they still have them react in a certain way, and I hate it so much. The only good thing about the trilogy was a character named Dom, and we all know how that fucking ended. The only good thing in this trilogy was half a book, a little bit of Flock and half Exodus, or quarter of Exodus. The last one, the finish line, was a complete waste of time. I believe it was so unnecessary. The entirety time of me reading it was unnecessary. I was thinking, this is so unnecessary. I liked that we have a character who is well in her 40s to find an actual happy ending, but I did not like where we got at all. Like, I did not like the happy ending we got at all, and I feel like I know that this trilogy is hyped because of two things. If you look up this trilogy, one, a quote, and it goes as, "We like rainy days, don't we, baby?" And that is a testament to, again, the best character in the trilogy, Dom, and people crying and shit like that because, yes, it is a sad story. Well, Exodus is a sad story. Or mentioning the spice, and I think that's all there's to it. I vehemently believe that a lot of books that are extremely hyped, especially on Book Talk, are hyped because of the spice. If I see a book hyped, but people adamantly just hype up the spice, nothing but the spice, I run the other way. But maybe I'll just keep Exodus because Dom is the best thing ever, but Dom was literally 20 seconds of Valhalla and then he, wasn't. The next one that I'm not dehauled, but I'm never gonna read again. I'm not dehauled my copy. Where is it? This very shiny copy, because it was gifted to me by someone who I love very, very much. So it would break my heart if I give it away or something. But yeah, I'm never gonna read this book again. I gave it a chance the first time I read it, and I cringed so hard because of Rufus. And I know if I read it again, I'm just gonna hate myself so much more, and I don't need to hate myself more because your girl is fucking struggling. So I choose to dehaul it from my brain. If this was my copy, it is my copy. Okay, sorry, my cat almost pooped on the floor. He's pretty sick, he's getting old, and it makes me cry every day. It's okay though. It's not okay. Anyways, it is my copy, like I was saying, but if it were something that I purchased, I would 100% dehaul it from my shelf. But yeah, because it's a gift, I love it so much. 1,000 boy kisses. Oh my god, the excitement in which I dehauled that book is unmatched. It truly was just like, take it, buy it, just take it from me. Like, it's yours, I'm gonna kiss you. Really, you're gonna take it? Oh my god, I love you. The vehemence in which I just gave that book away is really something special. I hated it. I hated the character. I hate Poppy with all of my heart. She's the most annoying bitch ever. I don't really get into fights, but I would fight the living fuck out of her. I don't care if she was dying. I don't care if she is dead. I don't care if she was dying at the time of the story. I would fight her. I hate her. I hate everything that came out of her mouth, and I feel no empathy towards her. I feel nothing towards her. Like, I read her story, and I felt nothing. And yeah, I hated everything about the book. It was very cringy. It was very immature. It was just shit. The next one that I was supposed to talk about earlier, but I didn't, is Neon Gods. I like this story. I think it was promoted as a Persephone and Hades retelling just because of the hype, because let's just be real, if you promote something as Hades and Persephone story, it will be more attractive. And for me, even, it was very attractive, because when I knew that it was a Hades and Persephone retelling, I immediately got the book. And it's not. It's like a modernized mafia thing. It's like Lore Olympus if Lore Olympus was bad. That's mean. I don't mean it to be, but it's just how it felt to me. And again, I think it was hyped because of the spice. Are there things that are cool about the book? Yes, there were some relatable quotes. There were some points in the story that I truly liked and enjoyed and would take to practice in my own life because it had something of value to give. But as a whole, is it something that I'm gonna pick up again? No, because it doesn't really give you much other than the spice, and I think it would be better if you just audiobook it. Couple last books are both Coho books, and I didn't mind them at the time of reading them, but I tried to go through them again recently and I could not, and it was just a waste of space at the time because I have an affinity, if you noticed, for books. I really like books, and I like having books, and I like looking at books and shit. So yes, as much as I love books, I don't really care for keeping ones that don't spark joy inside me. So it was Without Merit that I chose to dehaul. At the time of reading it, I liked it. I liked the story. I think it fit the time of me reading it, and it fit the character of me reading it. I cringed. There were some questionable moments, but still I enjoyed it nonetheless. I would still recommend it for a coming of age, very young adult, and I mean an 8, not even an 8, I don't know, it's a very young adult coming of age book, but I know that I'm not going to read it again. And the next one is Heartbones. Is the story cute? Sure. Is it recommendable? Sure. Would I personally recommend it? Yes, I would. Did I like it while reading it? Yes, I enjoyed it a lot while reading it, but it's just not a story that I'm going to read again. These aren't by any means the worst books that I've read or enjoyed. If not all, most of them, the majority of them, I liked a lot and rated 5. Not 5, I rated them 4 stars, 3.5, 4.5 even, including the last Coho books. I really enjoyed them, but it's just not something that I'm going to pick up again in the future. They're the kind of stories that just, you read them once, they give you something, you take the thing they give you, and then you move on with your life and you give them away to someone else to get things from them, and that's it for me. Do gotta mention though, if any of these are your favorite books, good for you. I'm always very happy when people find books that get them into reading or get them out of slump or they enjoy vehemently. I love books that have sharing books. These are just the ones that I'm dehauling from my shelves. There are so many books that I started getting into recently, and I don't know, I'm going into my niche, weird, exclusive bitch era, and I don't know how I feel about it. I went from my very TikTok hype books to a romance era because I didn't read romance before, but then I started reading romance after romance after romance, and now I'm going into my very weird niche books era, and I'd like to enjoy that, so we'd like some space on the shelves for that. Yeah, but other than that though, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm gonna see you next video. Okay, bye.